Get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, welcome to a Leo 1 replay. This isn't from me, this is from... It's either going to be DoAsnipart or DoAsnipart. Not sure which. He's also with a platoon of massive trolls. Look at that, they're all trolls. Look at those trolls. I think I've killed that joke now. He's with Sinfus, who is an Object 268, and assumed to be Martina, which is an excellent name, in a GWE 100, although... Tier 10 arty, really? Okay. But he is going to contribute something to the team. So this is going to be a good Leo 1 replay, but it's also going to be a good platoon replay. It's going to show the value of being in a platoon. Because I'm assuming these guys all had voice comms, that they were all talking. We're actually also... yeah, Snipart was basically doing stuff like that the entire battle. So we're going to go with free camera mode for a change. I know I basically never do this, but for this one particular battle, I felt it was good enough to warrant still doing the replay, because I wanted to do the replay but actually not see Snipart's point of view necessarily, because like I said, he keeps doing stuff like that. It's quite distracting. So he's immediately gone for the hill, because this is a fast tank, no armor but good gun, pretty fast, and it's also got pretty good gun handling. It's basically the L1A1, I think. So that T21's out of the way already. That T34-2 is going for the round the flank, and see there, Snipart puts a nice shot in him. The enemy heavies, some of them seem a bit tardy actually getting up there. I should also note, the enemy team's got a T92, and also an FV, so if either of those hits Snipart, you know, that's pretty nasty. That's guaranteed to do an awful lot of damage. So it's done a bit more damage there. An unwary IS-3. Sinfus has turned up at the scene, so that's a big gun with some backup. That E50M is maybe being a little incautious. Aspinart's just looking for... or Snipart rather. What should we go with? I should make my mind up really. We'll go with Snipart. He's basically looking for shots. Finishes off that E50M that artillery put one into, and is just playing around on this flank looking for stuff. And we see their Sinfus put a big shot into that guy. Now that's the FV that fired there. I'm actually going to zoom out slightly, because he's just looking for shots on the flank. And I know it's the FV that fired, because watch that E75 behind. Yep, that'll be a T92 then. And even though he was a good, I don't know how many meters away, he's still got some splash damage. 56, but you know, still some splash damage. So Panther 2 damaged his gun, he repairs. The crucial thing in tanks like this is not to lose any hit points, or to minimise your hit point loss as much as possible. If the T92 had hit him, for instance, that would have been up, might even have been a one-shot kill. I'm not sure. It would have certainly penetrated. But he's basically, he knows both artillery and fight. He knows he's got some leeway, so he's being almost a little too aggressive here. But on the other hand, there's not that much to challenge him on this flank. So, oh, that was a nice ammo rack from Sinfus. It was only an IS-3, but still, he got his money's worth out of that shell. Now, Snipart's looking to get some revenge on that Panther 2. I'll actually just go back into fixed camera, and we can see here the kind of shots he's actually managing to make. Now, he keeps getting distracted here by that E75, but this Panther is in a good place, and he's not got much of a window to shoot, and there we go. See, that's another one, and the first one was like that as well. We're actually doing alright on the upper ground here, but look at the rest of the minimap. The valley, such as the resistance was, has folded, and there is now a Foch 155 that's powering towards the cap, and Snipart takes... he misses there, you guys didn't see it, but he misses there a shot against E75, but then takes out that Lerva. But it's not like... You know, one damaging shot against the E75 might have been useful. But at this point, anyway, he's noticed the minimap. He's going to go round and see if he can't shoot this Foch. Now, what he's doing here, the Leopard PTA being there is a good thing, because he is incredibly lucky in that they're concentrating on the PTA and not him, because that Foch could have caused him a lot of pain. But Sinfus is back there as well, and this is where that value of communication comes in. Sinfus took out that Foch 155, so it's now that E100 there, and again, one into the E100, that's nasty. Leopard PTA is actually still alive. Now, Snipart has managed to hurt the 704 and he's clearly contemplating dropping down behind these guys, and we know there's artillery off in that direction somewhere. So he goes for it, he waits till the 704 blips off his radar, and he's going to come round behind and hopefully catch them with their draws down. So he's going to take a little peek. There are some bushes in the way, but oh, now the E100 correctly read that play. So Snipart's desperately... He was backing up, and that's a lucky pen, because it was the side armor. I think he was going for the track, the axle there. But the E100 for some reason backs off, and I'm not sure. Because when you see something like a Leo in an E100, it's like, yes, hello. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Other arty killed him. 10-10. This is interesting. All three platoon members are still alive. The other arty is still alive, and an AT-15. Now we've got an E75 and an IS-7 over there, and we can see that AT-15 has got 840 odd health. We don't know where the waffle is though. The waffle is as yet unspotted. So Snipart decides he's going to use his mobility and he's going to take out their artillery, because that will drastically tip things in our team's favour. And he's spotted, but hello! Is that a bot I see? Yes, I think it might be. Basically, Snipart has had the misfortune, and this is why bots are a misfortune for everyone. Snipart's had the misfortune to run into a bot and take some damage from this bot, who may be just a really bad player, but no, I think this is a bot. Just the fact that he's sitting there just rotating his turret the entire time. Not only has the bot kind of screwed Snipart over, but he's screwed his own team over as well, so GG to that guy. He's managed to basically screw over everybody at the same time. Unfortunately, he has done a lot of damage, and it's kind of unfortunate because we could have used those hit points. There's still an E75 left, and uh-oh, yeah, that missed. And we'll actually go into Snipart's view here. Hits the track. Synthus is coming round the flank because he knows this guy is looking in the direction of Snipart. So we'll go back in here. And again, there we go, the E75 is dropping down. That time was damaging. Synthus had a shell for the E75, but puts it in the artillery instead. So, yeah, this kind of in and out. You can see why I didn't use this view very much. Back of the turret, he aims this a bit more carefully, and then kind of flubs it by hitting the side armor at an auto bounce angle. This time, though, he really does aim a bit more carefully. Synthus has come down. And we've got this at this point. This E75 is being pummeled from both sides. Although I think it's actually... I don't know if Synthus has actually managed to fire at this guy. I don't know if he's even... Maybe he was just waiting for Snipart to, I don't know, make the kill. Anyway, IS-7's left. We don't know what state he's in exactly. But we're going to get some valuable even, intelligence from another team member who is watching this. The T-32 goes, he's a one-shot. And this is incredibly useful information to know. We don't know where he is, we know where he was, and we can maybe theorise he's heading to our cap. And, oh, yeah, there he is. GW Tiger spots him. So we know where he is. We'll actually speed this bit up because it's just now a matter of getting there. And we can see, yeah, he is, 98 health. Very little left indeed. Now that GW Tiger unfortunately is going to die. Synthus taking the lead here, which is the sensible thing. He's got the hit points. And there's no point in Snipart just rushing in and dying. If you can have somebody else take the hit at that point, then you should do so. So they do. I like that. I think he was going for a little brofist tank bump thing there. But Snipart, Synthus gets the final kill there. So 4 kills each for those guys. And assumed to be Martina also ended up with a kill as well. So that was okay. Not quite enough kills for a crucial or anything like that, but the scores were pretty good. Snipart was, unsurprisingly, very top of the score list because he had 6,692 damage. And that was an ace mastery game. It would have been... If he didn't have it already, I don't know if he did already. He doesn't actually say. He had high caliber and also Confederate medal, which was pretty good with that amount of damage. Synthus also did alright. He had 4.7k damage, also with 4 kills. And assumed to be Martina also did okay, 2.1k damage. but it was, I think Aspinart or Snipart, whatever, I'm so confused, and Sinfus really did carry that game between them with the support of Martina, because the rest of the team, the damage scores were pretty lackluster. There was one person that did 2k damage, one person that did 1500 damage, and then the next best is 1200. 1000, 1000, wow. 300, E100 with 500. Yeah, the enemy team was alright as well, but yeah, that's kind of like the Leo, I think, at its finest. It's like you're going to take some hits unless you're really lucky, and it's managing those hits and just managing to survive is kind of important, because even that kind of like late game stage where you're low health, you can still make an important contribution. And he really did punch above his weight there, and I say above his weight, he's a tier 10 medium tank, but for such a weakly armoured tier 10 medium tank, that's quite tough. It's a lot easier to do that kind of thing in something like an E100 or an IS7 than it is a Leo 1, so kudos, Snipart. That was pretty well done, I think pretty well done for all three of you. So, if you enjoyed this replay, you can hit the like button, you can leave a comment below, you can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.